Hello, everybody. This morning or today, depending where you are, if it's morning or evening or night in your country, um, I thought about making a short video about the 7th of November and its significance in Chinese traditions, where the 7th of November marks the start of winter and the winter season. Basically, maybe as you know, the Chinese calendar is a lunar calendar, which means that the start and the end of the seasons um, are a bit different than in our Western solar calendar. So, because either way, the Western or Eastern calendar, the winter is approaching, I thought that this is a good opportunity to talk a little bit about how to take care of ourselves and our health in winter times, according to Chinese traditions and Chinese medicine. So you might be familiar with the fact that the Chinese see the nature as being made of 5 elements, and which are fire for the summer, metal for the autumn, water for the winter, and wood for the spring. And in between each season, in between each element, there will be transition periods which correspond to the element of earth, which is the fifth element. But nevertheless, so as we enter and we begin the winter time, this is the season of water. Of water getting colder. And what does it mean? It means that, as with everything in nature, instead of the energy going outwards and upwards, as it will be probably in spring and in summer, when everything is blooming and coming out, and so now, and actually since the start of the autumn, the energy has started to go down, to cool down and go towards the lower parts of our own body. And for the plants, the energy is going towards the lower parts of their body, which would be probably the root. So our roots or our lower parts are in the kidney and the bladder area. The urinary bladder, which are organs that are organs of water. And the start of the winter means also that our energy is more calm, that we are not so much extrovert. Maybe we don't want to do so many activities outside, or we tend to stay more inside, maybe to reflect a little bit more inside the warmth of our homes or our workplaces, wherever we are. Maybe we tend to have a bit of calmer activities like reading. Maybe it's nice even to start knitting, or just stay under the sofa, under the blanket in a sofa, and watch a movie. Dark night is maybe the perfect way to spend a weekend evening. But all of this also means that we have to be more careful with what we eat, what type of food. Whereas in spring and summer, it's okay maybe to eat so-called cold foods like sandwiches or salads. In winter times, it's better to eat warm foods, and not. I refer not only warm as temperature, as for example stews and soups and all of this, but also according to the Chinese traditional medicine, foods can be cold or warm in nature. So the foods warm in nature are those who are a little bit spicy. For example, all the spices like ginger, pepper, cinnamon, but also the meats, the red meats that are a bit more rich, like for example the lamb. However, even we think that these are the warm meats or like warm foods, we always have to balance, even in winter, to balance them with a little bit colder, but just to have the mains as warm meals. As for example, you can always balance a lamb stew with a kimchi salad, or the Chinese prefer the daikon. Also, the Koreans and the Japanese, they like this mix of cold and warm foods. So they would have something warm. They always don't eat just sushi, and in winter it's not so advisable to eat sushi, but they will have probably a miso soup and maybe something similar to sushi, still with some rice, and but then they would prefer the warm version, and to that they will have the salad, the kimchi fermented salad, or some other thing, some pickled ginger or something similar. Also, we have to be very careful with our kidneys, and what to wear, always to feel warm at our kidneys and lower back area, and especially our feet. So we have to wear maybe some woolly socks, some nice warm jumpers, and depending where you live, maybe some padded trousers, so to keep our lower, our below the waist areas, like the legs, the feet, and the lower back, to keep them warm. The color of the winter is the color black, which goes, it's of course, it's a color that keeps the energy inside. For example, in summer we wear mainly white, and it is because the color white reflects the energy, reflects the heat. So we don't, when it's warm outside already, we don't want to get even warmer. But now in winter, we want to retain, to be able to retain all the energy that we might get from outside. So the color black is an absorbent color. So we want to wear maybe more black, and also we want to eat black colored foods, is for example black beans, black lentils, and so on. And we can use the winter times just to be a bit more introspective, maybe meditate, as it is much colder and much darker outside. Maybe when we wake up in the morning, it is still dark outside, and maybe we can spend 5 minutes in the morning before we just start doing anything by meditating or reflecting, or just being a bit more mindful and setting our intentions for the day. We can decide, for example, to be more mindful and more aware about our thoughts and about our words and about our actions. Try to determine some kind of good direction for the day from the first thing in the morning. Say, okay, today I will start with maybe a couple of minutes of gratitude, being grateful that I woke up, that I have a shelter and food and everything, that I stay warm and dry inside. And then I decide to maybe carry myself with gratefulness and with kindness, and to be compassionate towards first myself. And to be kind to yourself means that you won't do things that can cause you harm. And those can be, you won't eat bad foods for yourself, you won't put intoxicants in yourself, you won't drink too much sugary drinks, or you won't try and harm you. You'll be mindful about everything that you do, and you won't indulge yourself into bad thinking, into things that will just take energy away from you. So it's better, especially in winter times, to save your energy, to not to get engaged in things that don't lead to anything constructive. So you can, in this time of the year, try to maybe start new habits, and that can be, for example, as I already said, starting a gratefulness practice early in the morning. You can just start very simply with being thankful that you are alive, that you get to start afresh after a whole night of resting and repairing and recovery, to be grateful for this amazing body that we have, that recovers every single second, every single night, and not only physically but also mentally. So in the morning, and each and single morning, exactly like the sun rising, we can rise up and we have a full day ahead of us, a clean new slate, um, that we can start afresh with. We can try again to be more mindful, more aware, to take care of ourselves better, to be kinder, to be more compassionate towards ourselves and others. That's all for me for now. I wish you a very harmonious and pleasant and insightful winter. See you soon.